How's it going? Coach Marcus here. Um, what we'll be doing right now is our restorative approach to Tai Chi. So this is serve as a short class that will give us the sorts of movements that we need either to warm up, to work specific muscles and joint issues, or just as a good contemplative exercise, wherein we focus on our breathing, our mind, and our body. These are the three aspects that we need to combine in order to have moving meditation. Everything that we do is meditation, even our kickboxing. So we're going to start out in this. We're going to work on the 4 dimensions. We're going to work on 4 dimensions. And what I mean by that is starting out with stillness. Then we'll move on one plane, and we can do 3 directions in one plane: front to back, side to side, but we'll use an open and closed movement, and up and down. Then from there, we'll do a few movements that will work on a single plane. So we'll make a circle out in front of us that is a horizontal circle. We'll make a circle in front of us that's a vertical circle as well. And that works on 2 major planes. And there's also a circle that we can do to the side where we catch our leverage there. And so that's a 3rd dimensional movement, and a 4th dimension is simply combinations of up, down, and side to side. Okay, but for right now, we're only going to work 3 dimensions. Okay, so starting out, stillness. What we're going to do is we have 3 different horse stances we can choose from. We have toes out, and these are measured with the outside of our foot. We have toes out. We have toes in, like Wing Chun, and we have toes forward. Okay. Now, no matter what we do, we need to rotate our hips outward. Specifically, not so much our hips, but our thigh muscles. We want to rotate those outward. So what that does is that puts a spiral up our leg, and it makes us nice and solid. And so from that outwardly rotated, outwardly engaged thigh muscle motion or posture, we can use our hands in different sorts of configurations depending on what we want to do. Okay, to start out, we just want the energy to flow. So we're going to make a good circle. Okay. Now, with our hands there, maybe a fist width distance apart. As I step to the side, if you notice, my back here is flat. My knees are pointed out, but my knees are not forward and they're not back. They're neutral. And when my hands come up, my back comes back just a little bit as a counterbalance. It's not something that I have to go, oh, make my back go back. No, I just raise up, and as I raise up, I kind of sit into the posture a little bit more, and I find that nice, comfortable circular posture. I have about 135 degrees here. So concept is 180, about 90, and 135 right in the middle. Okay, and my hands come here, facing each other, fingertips facing each other. And we'll breathe. Now from this point, we want to imagine something peaceful. I can't tell you what that is, but you know what it is. That thing that you're thinking of right now. More and more peaceful. Smile a little bit. Relax. Allow your whole body to be filled with smiles. And if you feel any distraction, acknowledge it, let it pass. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's our 0 dimension, stillness. Now dimension number one, just moving in one direction. Our hands are raised, so we'll lower them and raise them again. I'm gonna reach out, have our palms facing down. As I turn to the side, my palms are facing down. I pull down, and as I do that, I bend my knees. As I bend my knees, I keep my thighs engaged. And lift back up. Exhale down, inhale up. Awesome. Keep it going. Stretching my knees as I come up, bending them as I come down. Picking up and pulling down. And lift. Now from here, we're going to go forward and backward. So we pull back. Put our elbows underneath, push forward. Pull back. Bending my knees. And push forward, releasing the knees. I'm going to turn to the side one more time. This time I'll turn to the opposite side. So I pull back. I'm sitting as I pull back. And notice my bottom comes out. And I push forward. And I straighten out. Pull back. Push forward. Pull back. And push forward. Awesome. Now, if you ever feel like your arms are getting tired as we're working through this, especially if you guys are recovering, I actually used Tai Chi to recover from surgery. So what we want to do is we want to bring our arms back down here. We still have our holding the ball. We still have our 90 degrees. I just brought my arms down to about hip height. Another thing that I can do from this position is I can go into Tadasana. I can go into mountain pose. In yoga, that's totally legit, where you have your hands down to your sides, and your head is being suspended by a string from the top, and your body's just hanging down smoothly. You can have your hands pointed towards your thighs, or you can have your hands kind of like an anatomical diagram. You can have your hands pointed forward. But the important thing is opening out the chest and relaxing the shoulders, allowing the body to hang down. So we've gone up and down. We're gonna go forward and back now. We just did forward and back. We're gonna do our side to side motion, which we could do it this way, but I want to keep everything balanced and keep our feeling of balance in our legs and stillness. So we're gonna go open and close. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Now, in all of these exercises, you want to imagine that you're swimming through the air. So you feel that resistance, kind of like when you're in a swimming pool. Or any body of water that you feel safe in. Awesome. We got 2 points, and that is our plane. Right. Bring hands down if they need to rest. If not, move on to the next portion. Okay. Now we're gonna warm up our legs first. So we're gonna take a toes out horse stance. So from here, we're just gonna turn our toes out just a little bit, keeping our feet just over shoulder width apart. Okay. So from this point, instead of just moving side to side, if you watch, if I turn to the side, this is me just moving side to side. What I want to do is I want to turn and rotate. Okay? So the secret to this coordination is whichever direction you're going, you need your knee to be pulling outward in that direction. So as I go to my left knee is going to start pulling so that I can come out because I'm here. So the concept is that I'm doing almost like a roll back motion, okay? So I'm gonna take my hands and I'm gonna put them away. Thumbs up, thumbs up. And so all I'm gonna do is make this motion. Rocking. So I'm kind of like pulling away from that knee, pulling away from this knee. Okay? Just like if I'm pulling something this way, then I'm pulling something this way. Okay? Keep that upper body relaxed. Okay. This is the pulling with the legs motion. Now pushing with the legs. So the knee that's bending is the knee that I'm moving towards. So I'm here, rotate here, rotate here. This is pushing with the legs. Specifically pushing with the back leg. Now, from this point, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this hand, whichever way you interpret it. If you're mirroring, cool. If you're doing the same side, cool. That's why I'm not gonna call which hand it is. Okay, you're gonna have one hand here. This is just like a neutral posture. Okay, so from here we're gonna make a circle in front of us, but it's gonna be a little bit more like a triangle because our bodies don't understand circles that well. You do this and it's like, what are we doing? Like, are we doing a sort of a swinging motion? It's like, no, not quite that. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna push. So we're gonna start out with our hand in front of our same side shoulder. Then we're gonna push towards our center line. You see how it goes right to my center line? My center line right here, separating my left side from my right side. Okay? And then I'm gonna pull in towards my center line, then push my elbow out. I push to my center line, return on my center line, and elbow out. So this is a triangular motion, and this is a full plane. You can like have a flat surface here, and it's a horizontal circle in that sense. But in order to do it efficiently, what we need is we need to have a motion that our body understands more. There are no muscles that give us a circular motion. It's a working of several muscles. So here we go. Pull the elbow, release the wrist, and push the palm. Relax the elbow, pull it, release, here. Now that we have this basic movement, we're gonna keep doing that just a little bit more. Good, excellent. Now, other side. Pulling the elbow out, striking the palm forward, and pulling it in. Elbow out, strike the palm. Excellent. Now, from this portion, we're gonna add in the lower body. So taking this side, again, however you interpret it, starting with the in front of the shoulder, I'm gonna push down with my knee at the same time so that I can rotate. Okay. Then I'm gonna pull in towards here, rotate out. Once I get to that last maybe 10%, and I push. So my knee from directly to the side, I push, I pull in a little more, then I rotate to load that up and push. here, push, 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 and push. Excellent. Other side. Push, bring it in, over, push. Excellent. Awesome. Now from here, we're going to do our inward circles. So you see motions like this happening a lot in Tai Chi. But what we're going to do is we're going to isolate. We're going to isolate a single hand, and we're going to move it so that, again, we have the most leverage that we can where our body can understand it. Okay, so in a similar vein to us doing our horizontal circle, the way that our vertical circle is going to go is we're going to start out towards the middle. We're going to start out towards the middle this time, okay? You got to sit underneath, because again, we're going to use that pushing version. So this one was a little bit more of the pulling variation, but this one's going to be a little bit more pushing. So we push up, and we pull back to the side, then we pull down here. As we get to the middle, we transition so we can push up to the side. Same thing other side. Switching hands. Pushing up. Pulling back. Pulling down. Pushing up, pulling back, pulling down, up, back, down, up, back, and down. From here, big circle up, pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Again, one time. Open it out, point those fingers up, push those hands up, and bring it down. Resting here, go ahead and loosen those hips up, feeling a little bit of tension in the back, let's go ahead and forward fold, but not all the way. Not all the way. So here we go. Here's the hands up. Calm down. A little bit more of a Tai Chi way of doing it. Where this comes from is the movement, needle at C bottom. Okay. So again, pushing up. Keeping that back nice and straight, bottom out. Shake it a little bit. Good. Excellent, excellent. Check in with your whole body. See if there's anything that is that needs adjustment. Kind of stretch. Use the different portions. See if there's anything that needs adjustment. If you feel like there's a little bit of an issue, hold the position and relax. Hold the position and relax. Don't try to over strengthen it, but just hold the position and relax. For me, it's underneath my arms right here. So I'll hold the position and relax. Awesome. We'll come for a seat. Just for a moment of meditation. So whatever posture you feel like is comfortable. For me, what I'll probably do is just an easy posture. Just an easy posture. And so I make sure I sit up. You know, I'm gonna help myself. Here we go. That's better. Having a hard time with my left leg here relaxing. So I'm gonna use my tools. Here we go. Palms up, nice and relaxed. No mudra in this case, no mudra. 10 breaths. 9. 8. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one, last one. Excellent job. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you join me again. This is an on-demand video, so you can use it for as long as your on-demand subscription lasts for this video. You guys are doing a great job. I don't have to see you to know that. Even if you just sat here with me and breathed the entire time, you've satisfied it because you need mind, body, and breath. Your body's present if you're breathing and you notice that you're breathing. There's your mind. And because you're breathing, that's the breath. So please, be present, be mindful in everything that you do. Do your very, very best. Be with the present moment. If you feel like you need help or assistance, just like I needed this yoga block to help me relax into my easy posture, do the same thing for anything that you do in life. I hope everything goes well. Have a wonderful rest of your